Hi, I'm Dr. Robin Miller for HealthDay. Today we're going to talk bird flu, the increasing numbers, the newest mutation, whether it's a threat to humans, and could it cause another pandemic. So far, there have been 67 human cases in the US, all but 3 from contact with infected poultry, dairy cows, and other animals. No human to human transmission. Most cases have been mild, but a growing number of scientists say the virus could evolve and become dangerous. One expert who says we better pay attention is Dr. Peter Chin Hong, an infectious disease specialist at the University of California, San Francisco. Welcome, Dr. Chin Hong.
Thanks for having me on.
So, I'm going to start right in. Do you believe bird flu poses a public health threat or will in the near future, and why?
Yes, I think it poses a public health threat because the writing is on the wall. Um, we've had in the last, 3 or 4 pandemics, influenza mutations came from origins in birds, so we're seeing it again. The pace has really picked up in the last year or so, and even in the last few months, as more wild birds get infected, as more poultry and dairy cows get infected, and ultimately incidental infections to humans. So we have a lot of influenza going around, and influenza is engineered to really swap genes with each other, and they can pick up tricks. And some of those tricks include getting the combination to enter our bodies, which is not so great at doing right now.
What are the symptoms of bird flu in humans?
So the symptoms of bird flu in humans are very similar to regular flu, except that right now it's milder in most people. So you get congestion, you might get a cough, red eyes, but all of this may change. And we know from regular human flu, as in the case in Louisiana and the case in British Columbia, when it becomes more efficient at entering our bodies, you might get inside disease, and that includes shortness of breath, and you may have other organ involvement.
So, how can we reduce our risk for getting bird flu?
The first and most important thing is to get immunized against regular human flu. And the reason why we want to do that is because it lowers the chances if people get infected with more than one flu type, including bird flu, it lowers the chance that such a gene swap will occur. The second thing you can do is, of course, not handle dead birds, um, take care of your pets, particularly cats, I would say, and not feeding them raw milk or raw meat, not drinking raw milk or unpasteurized dairy products yourself, as the risk increases in dairy cows. And as we've learned from the case in Louisiana, handling or interacting with your own backyard flocks or chickens might be dangerous, particularly if they look really sick.
So, the US has a stockpile of 4.5 million H5N1 vaccines. And although they're based on old mutation formulas, do you think they would work?
Yes, I think that the stockpile vaccines would mitigate the effects, probably by preventing serious disease, hospitalization, and death, although the code isn't exactly what the current state of the mutations in bird flu are. It's a good start, and it will be a good way to protect probably frontline workers in the event that we need to, roll that out more immediately.
So, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that I'd say again not to panic about this right now. We're in a very different place from the early days of COVID because we have a test, we have vaccines. This has been around for 30 years. We have 4 drugs. But again, connecting the dots is always going to be key and working together in a bipartisan way.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chin Hong.
You're welcome, Robin. Thank you.